Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tellor Dev Call. Today is Monday, November 24th, 2025. And it's Thanksgiving this week, so we'll be out Thursday for that. Just FYI. We're back from Argentina. It was really great. There's a lot of optimism just in general. And also last week we started testing mainnet rewards. We didn't transfer, we didn't do the transfer from Ethereum mainnet to Tellor mainnet, but we just wanted to test the functionality. They went really fast because we didn't actually change the rate at which they were distributed. So we only added 1,000 TRB, which is a quarter of what is normally distributed over a month, and it lasted about a week. So that went as expected, or I guess as expected. So next week we'll start another test with additional rewards that will be distributed at a quarter of that rate, so they will last a whole month. It may not be profitable yet. We'll come up with some numbers so that you guys can make a decision of whether or not you want to come and test now. But it'll be 1,000 TRB distributed over the whole month. It'll allow us to continue to test our system before we actually do the transition. With that in mind, everybody, you are welcome to come and test with us. Just keep that in mind. There are no airdrops. Aside from that, I think that's everything that I need to say for now. So let's get started where we're at. Dan, since you ran all the numbers.
There's just an update to the profitability checker on that note, if anyone wants to run it. But I've been working on a new flag for the reporter daemon where it will potentially block a price submission if it deviates too much from the last reported price.
All right, well, thank you. There was a lot of talk about profitability last week, and I know you guys ran some reports that you guys shared with the community. Even though technically the minimum TRB that you have to, or that you need to stake to become a staker, it's 1 TRB. To break even at the current rate, it was 10 TRB. To break even with the rate or a quarter of that rate, it'll be about 40 TRB. But like I said, we haven't tested this. We'll figure this out as we turn that on next week. So keep that in mind if you guys still come over and test with us. Spotty, you got all the questions from the community, so.
Yeah, I mean, they heard from me a lot last week when everybody was talking about profitability. I don't really have anything else to add. We are a lot better at tracking profitability than we used to be. And one thing that we need to start doing too, that reporters will need to do, maybe new reporters might not be aware of this, but to be able to get rewards, you have to unbond tokens. So you have to start unbonding tokens so that in 21 days you can start getting rewards. So we kind of need to figure out how much and how often we want to do that also. You'd say once a week, I'm going to unbond 10, just a number, random number. Then 21 days from now you get 10, and then if you keep doing that with a script or something, then you have some income to pay bills.
I mean, we had even talked last week about maybe just having a flag that it auto unbonds any rewards or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if we implement it, we start testing it. But Akram
made a repo for the indexer stuff. Also have a PR for the front end. I have the AWS instance running for the front end, kind of using my own URL. So once Ryan agrees, then we can merge things. The indexer is still catching up on Saga, so I have to wait for that. Yeah, I guess some of the stuff that we talked about last week with Nick, I still haven't looked into as far as the telemetry and why the numbers are not consistent.
Ryan, did you ever show the community the new page that you did with the latest reported, or
the feeds page?
Yeah, the feeds page, or is
I've
that
not? Yeah. So I mean, so essentially, we had this. This was the relayer site that we had originally up. We did share that in the past, but what we did was we added an extra overview tab, which is essentially all of the current feeds that Tellor is relaying to other chains. This was kind of a we just felt like the data feed was more like in the moment as the data was coming in. But if a user wanted to come and see what kind of feeds we're currently streaming out, relaying to other chains, this would be a better snapshot to see the heartbeat, deviation threshold, and just which feeds exactly we're reporting.
Well, I really liked it. I figured at some point I wanted to show it off, and thank you for jumping on it as I put you on the spot.
Yeah, all good.
Caleb?
I've just been getting back into the swing of things with DevOps, trying to set up some storage reset stuff for like half of my instances, and then doing some digging into profitability this morning and other random investigations and queries. And then going to go back to getting the indexer using the block explorer and mainly adding things to the indexer that we need for the block explorer. And then, gonna keep testing reporters to optimize gas usage on that and anything else that pops up.
Tim?
Yeah, I'm also getting back into the swing of things after being at Dev Connect in Argentina. One thing I think would be useful is scraping and monitoring the relayer itself and just collecting all this data on how it's performed after it's been running for a few months now, and I guess kind of less time in its current iteration. So we have all this monitoring to make sure the data is getting over to the users as expected, but there's also a lot of redundancy in place. So I want to see how one specific relayer is performing. Is it actually tipping when it needs to? Is it catching price deviations like it should? And then I also have plenty of documentation to do for the relayer because I've done a lot of changes on it more recently.
Yeah, and we might have a new deployment to a new chain or an old chain very soon. So we'll be testing some of that stuff there. How was last week, Nick?
Last week was great. Everything was smooth. Even with the new rewards, I mean, they went a little faster than expected, but smoothly otherwise.
All right, well, happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you guys next week. And